Filipino people. Chapter, In Search of a Leader. My dear friends, a likely coup d'etat may be accomplished by a triumvirate of first, a military leader, probably a colonel. Second, a rogue CIA agent. And three, a disgruntled leftist leader who may engage a number four, nationalistic politician to run a government guided by the principle of Rectonian nationalism. It is a picture of Claro M. Recto that replaces pictures of the president in all government offices. What kind of a man do we need as a nationalist leader? He must have a vision of the destiny of the Filipino people. A nation populated mainly by a financially responsible and politically independent industrial middle class, disciplined and capable of governing themselves as a democracy. He must be able to communicate this vision to the Filipino people and inspire them to follow him. He must be able to discipline his people fairly under just laws, draconian laws if necessary, to cut out the culture of corruption and the cancer of dissidence from the body politic, to govern as did Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, General Park Chung-hee of South Korea, Mahathir Mohamad of Malaysia, and oh yes, Deng Xiaoping of China, all of whom imposed a benevolent dictatorship and transformed their respective nations into economic tigers. At the outset, the military leader, a colonel of the armed forces, the CIA agent, and the leftist leader argue for the necessity of a cleansing, a bloodbath to get rid of all possible opposition to their rule. The Rectonian nationalist leader shakes his head. There are many causes for which I'm willing to die, but there is no cause for which I am willing to kill. The triumvirate is forced to agree, but as the Revolutionary Council, they rule by decree and promulgate draconian laws, death penalties for economic sabotage, first-degree murder, rape, and dealing with dangerous drugs, long prison sentences for political dissidents, tax evasion, and official corruption, with the reluctant assent of the nationalist head of the state, who stated that all who may not agree with the triumvirate are free to leave the country into political asylum and self-exile, but they have to leave their wealth behind under the care of someone they trust in bank vaults or time deposits. We need it to finance economic development. Anyone caught sending their assets abroad will be severely punished and their assets confiscated in the name of the Filipino people. More about this after these messages. This is Lara Henares making your day with part 4 of a book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Chapter, In Search of a Leader. The only ones not allowed to leave by prior arrangement are the 3 leaders of the Opus Dei, Bernardo Villegas, Jose Quisha, and the Spaniard Father Jose Cremades. We want them here as ombudsmen to tell us what we do that is wrong. They represent everything that we think is wrong in the Philippines. If they did not exist, it would be necessary for us to invent them. They're free to criticize us, to denounce us, and to debate publicly with us for as long as they do not plot armed rebellion. Now here is where the fun begins. An archetypical villain is publicly chosen. He is everything a Filipino should not be. Bald, with thick eyeglasses, with vast pretensions of being an intellectual. He's a balikbayan businessman, greedy and unprincipled, with a false American accent and with a penchant for things American, a homosexual with a white trash redneck honky for a boyfriend. He hates anything Filipino. He imports everything he needs. He thinks white people are God's gifts to mankind and wants the United States to intervene in Philippine affairs. He's likable and seen to be the perfect foil to the villainous triumvirate. His job is to do everything to frustrate the new government. On the other hand, the nationalist government blunders along but manages to succeed anyway. The leader announces that the government will not recognize dual citizenship and colonial double allegiance. We cannot build a nation without the loyalty and allegiance of its citizens. And many of the mestizos and Chinoys are allowed to migrate to Australia and New Zealand. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Lara Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.